Mr. Anil Wadhwa, Secretary East, distinguished colleagues from Chambers of Commerce and Industry, distinguished delegates and friends from the media, very good morning to all of you. I believe that there are three pillars that highlight and base India's engagement with the ASEAN region. They are politico-security relations, economic ties, and socio-cultural relations. In the context of economic relationships, as India's economy continues to grow and progress, the ASEAN group is becoming increasingly important. With the India-ASEAN FTA in services and investment coming into force only last year, I believe that there will be a meaningful increase in our mutual engagement. As the countries now move towards discussions on the RCEP, it is essential for us in the business community and private enterprise to make full use of the existing FTA that is now in place and make sure that we can establish and strengthen, using this framework, economic ties. To do this, I believe it is essential that connectivity is enhanced. Physical and digital connectivity needs to be a strategic priority, and it has to serve as one of the linchpins of the new paradigm that we are discussing here today. India is now established as a dynamic economy. We have a vibrant startup ecosystem. We have enlightened efforts such as Make in India, Skill India, and Digital India. These efforts will serve to energize not just large enterprises, but also smaller and medium enterprises, as well as enterprises that are just starting up. We have already seen significant interest from the large group of international large firms who are willing to come here and invest here. Thus, a strong connectivity framework will present an opportunity for all these groups of enterprises and entrepreneurs to grow rapidly and truly make use of the entire region as a common market, as a common resource pool, and as a common supply chain. This, I believe, is the future to which we all have to work. Along with the existing sea and air networks, I believe that it is imperative to establish a robust highway network. This kind of infrastructure between India and ASEAN will only serve to improve the quality of the linkages and will also serve to highlight the geographical proximity between the ASEAN nations and India. As the world pivots east, it is essential that we strengthen our own linkages. And as we introspect to do this, there are a few things I believe that have been done recently that will help significantly. Foremost is the introduction of the e-visa framework, which now covers almost all the ASEAN countries. This will lead to greater people-to-people linkages and will again serve to highlight the enormous traditional and ancient cultural, socio-cultural linkages that are present. This has to be dovetailed into vibrant business and economic cooperation networks. India's northeast and east regions are placed strategically to be a vital part of this engagement and connectivity. As part of the new paradigm, it is also imperative that these regions are developed as gateways and hubs from which trade and commerce ties can blossom in addition to the traditional cultural linkages. India and ASEAN dialogues go back to 1992, and it commenced with a sectoral partnership, a part of the erstwhile Look East and now Act East policies. This association has strengthened into something that is extremely firm and is an edifice of India's foreign and trade policy. The Delhi Dialogue Forum captures this energy and allows us to think of where we can go to from here. In this sense, the theme for this year's dialogue, which is a new paradigms, is extremely apt. The Indian Chamber of Commerce is extremely privileged to be a part of this dialogue. We have been working for the last several years to strengthen economic and business ties between India and ASEAN, and with a special focus on the eastern and northeastern regions of India. We are confident that based on these efforts and based on what has already been done, there will be significant enhancement of these three pillars that I mentioned at the beginning, and the policies that are in place now will be standing us in good stead for the time to come. Thank you all very much.